Welcome back to my channel. Today is day 7 of December Daily. We are moving right along with this month. And so I have a lot of things on my desk and everything is very green because today we're documenting Happy Mail. That is my story for the day. I 100% believe in just telling the story of the day, no matter what it is. So my story for today is Happy Mail. I got a bunch of fibers in the mail. I recently shared hair that I've started weaving. So I got a bunch of fibers in the mail today. So I'm just going to document that I got Happy Mail. That's the thing about like December Daily, is I honestly thought my story was going to be something else. And then I came home and all the mail was waiting for me. And I was like, okay, never mind, documenting Happy Mail. And I will say, I don't track all of my mail because I like the surprise factor. So I track some things. Like if it's really important and I need to know what day it's going to be arriving, I'll track it. But for the most part, I like the surprise factor. So even though I get like tracking numbers, like I don't track all of my mail. So when I get home and there's a package there, it's like surprising, right? It's like, oh, I ordered this present for myself. And honestly, with COVID shipping, like things can take. So like I order presents for myself and then they don't show up for like weeks sometimes. And especially if you order things internationally, then good luck seeing it that month. So then when things arrive, it's like it's a present for yourself. So I totally had forgotten about some of the stuff I ordered because I ordered a bunch of fibers, and because I'm ordering from like small businesses, I'm ordering from like people. Like I'm not ordering from like, corporations that have giant companies designed to ship things really fast. So things take a little bit longer to ship, and then once they do ship, they have to go through, the post office and whatever. So things just take I probably should have made sure that was straight. Things just take some time to get here. So when they finally do show up, it's like a huge celebration. So anyways, I'm documenting Happy Mail. That did not go down straight. It is okay. So Color Cast Designs and Kerry Bradford had done this collab where they made these like wood veneer words, and I love them. And I love using Color Cast Designs wood veneer because it's super thin. So it's a great way. I probably should have made sure that the holes in this are going to work, but whatever, it's already stuck down, so now the holes have to work. The Color Cast wood veneer are great for any sort of album, traveler's notebook, whatever, because they're super thin. Like if you turn it on its side, you can't like even see like the thickness of that wood veneer. So this is the only photo. I had gotten 2 skeins of yarn, and I like recently treated myself to like a yarn ball winder. So like I took them off the skeins and wound them into cakes, stacked them up, put them on my desk. Photo. So I have a few things that I want to do. I'm going to stamp a huge, like a page full of stamping. Who did I see do it? I think I saw Elizabeth Hines do it. I saw Allie do it. A bunch of people are doing like giant pages of stamping, which I love. I am not good at, my stamping is getting better, but I will never be like a great stamper, but I love stamping, so I keep doing it. So there's a few things that I'm going to do here that I've seen other people do this month. Are you going to cooperate? Okay. There's a few things I'm going to do here that I've seen other people. I'm going to have to use score tape for this. This is not going to work. I'll have to get my score tape. But I'm going to use I think Morgan did this. And I think Morgan did it because Allie did it. And I think Essie also did it. But that's the cool thing about working on a community project the same time that the community is working on it, because there's like never ending inspiration. And so what they all did was I will say, I haven't watched any of Allie's videos yet for the year. I'm waiting till I have a day off and I have nothing else to do so I can like really dive in. So I don't know how she did hers. She might have done hers like this. I literally just took a page protector because I have so many of them because I never use them. I took a page protector that was like the 4 3x4 cards and cut it up. So I just had one 3x4 pocket. So again, I don't know if that's how she did it because I haven't watched her video yet. And Morgan did a similar thing. Now they did theirs on a photo. I'm going to do mine on a clear piece of acetate because then I want to put my stamping behind it. So now I'm just trying to figure out where's the center. I think this is the center of the page. So this is the center of the page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp a 7 on this so that it goes in the pocket and you can see the 7, right? So why is this stuck to the, it was stuck to the desk. I was like, why is it stuck to the desk? It was not good. All right, so I have my mini MISTI. I get a lot of questions about my mini MISTI. This is just a normal MISTI, but it's small. So it's a small MISTI. Mine has a cutting mat in it. So this is actually a Cricut cutting mat. So it's a Cricut cutting mat that I chopped up and put in my MISTI. I like the cutting mat. And this is not my idea. I saw Jennifer McGuire do this and I was like, WTF, that's a brilliant idea. I like the cutting mat because then I don't have to worry about like the magnet. Like if I want to stamp edge to edge with something and you have that magnet, the magnet gets in the way. But if you have the cutting mat, there's no magnet to deal with. So I pulled out some green inks. This is Catherine Pooler green tea, which is one of my favorite inks. I reach for this one all the time. So I have green tea and I have Deck the Halls. And I've actually done stamping with Deck the Halls in my December daily. I got a question about this. Just stuck my finger in that ink pad. This is going to be awful. Wish me luck, you guys. Wish me luck. I got a question about this. This is just a dry erase eraser, like a dry board eraser. Like I said in the whatever video I shared about this, this was not my idea. I saw Jennifer McGuire do this and I was like, that is the dopest idea ever. It's just so when you put your MISTI, like I said, I think I said this yesterday. I have really bad wrists and repetitive motions get to me. So if I can save the integrity of my wrists in the long run, like I said, I've had surgery on my left wrist a few times. I have carpal tunnel. I know I'm fairly young to have all these problems, but I have really bad wrists. So using the dry erase board versus having to use my actual hands saves me in the long run. And since I want to be able to scrapbook and weave and do all those things for a very long time, I'm preserving my wrists. So the dry erase board helps me preserve my wrists. All right, so this is going to go back to back with this, and that is literally all we're doing. Every time I use this Scotch tape runner, I use it upside down. I don't know what my deal is. Every single time I use it upside down. Okay, so I'm just gonna make sure this is right side up, and this is all my journaling for the day. There's not like a hidden story anywhere else. That's the whole story. Make sure that's right side up. Line these up edge to edge. Behave yourself, paper. Perfect. Here's my 7. Today is the 7th, right, Joshua? Today's the 7th? Okay, today's the 7th. Here is my 7. Last year I documented the wrong day, like on the different day of the week. So I'm always like paranoid and making sure that I'm documenting the right day. Here's my 7. I'm going to punch a hole and put some velvet through this so that, well, actually maybe I won't punch the hole. Maybe I'll just pull the velvet through it just so I have a little pull tab. This is Tim Holtz velvet, and it is the most luxurious thing. It's just Ideology velvet trim. It's gorgeous. Also, look at that Catherine Pooler ink as it starts to even out. It's so pretty. Once it starts to even out, it's just the prettiest thing. So you saw I stamped it multiple times because with dye inks, you just want to make sure you get really even coverage, and then you just give it some time to even out, and then you're going to get like perfect, just perfect. Okay. I am not going to fuss with putting this ribbon through the hole like I tried to do yesterday. That did not work out well for me. I'm just stapling this ribbon on. So I stapled it the other way first because I wanted to make sure it wasn't covering up any of my journaling. And then because it's velvet trim, and I can use my weaving scissors for this because this is fabric. I almost used my weaving scissors on paper yesterday. Then the world would have ended and I would have cried. All right. So that is that. And that's going to go right in here. Here we go. So there's my 7, and when you pull it out, you have the story. And then I brought a bunch of different stars over here. Do I like the green star? Do I like the gold star? I brought 3 different stars over here. I brought a pleather star, a white wood star, and that gold star. And I think I'm going to go with the gold. I can't ever remember if this is adherent or not. I don't think it is. All right. I don't think this is adherent. I'm going to put it on the outside of the plastic, just so that plastic stays nice and flat. So there we go. I'm going to put this on the outside of the plastic. And again, this is just so the plastic stays nice and flat. And I'm putting it low enough so that I can pull this out and that doesn't disturb it. That's that. And then on the back side, I have this. I'm using journaling cards this year, you guys. I think I've used like 3 journaling cards, which for me, for the record, is a record actually for me. I don't ever use journaling cards. So I'm using journaling cards this year. You guys should be like incredibly proud of me. I pulled out more of these wood veneer pieces. This is the one that spells out fa la la. And the cool thing about these wood veneer pieces from CCD is that the words come in individual pieces. And I think Jess did that because it helped her cut them on her laser. but I appreciate it because I can do things like this. Like I can stack them in a row. And then again, when I do designs, stick down, stop playing with me. When I do designs, I like to just repeat elements. Like it takes all the guesswork out of things. Like I know things are gonna go if I just do the same thing over and over. So I'm using a bunch of green. So that naturally is just gonna go because it's just a bunch of green. Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna do chipboard. I don't have the right chipboard stars. So I wanna put a star. But I don't think I want to just do one star. And I don't think I'm going to do that star. We'll see. And then this is going to cover the back side of this so that, here we go, I need this. So that when you turn the page, you're just not looking at my journaling in the pocket. And it's not like it's hidden journaling. It's not like a secret or anything. I just could not figure out for the life of me what I wanted to do with my 7. And I just thought this would be a really fun way to, yeah, it's not hidden journaling. I just couldn't figure out what I wanted to do with my 7. I thought this would be fun. It is fun. So we're just having fun with this project at this point. And I might do this like a few more days. This is just, it's a really fun technique. All right, so there we go. So I have my 7 in the pocket. Here is my photo. And I think I'm going to put this white star on top of that word magic. So there's a star everywhere. So here's my photo with my star on top of the word magic. Here's my 7. And now we could, in theory, stop here. We could. This would be a complete page if we stopped here. But we are actually, in fact, not going to stop here. But in theory, this is, this is a complete design. Like you could stop here. You have your photo, you have your number, you have your journaling. This is a page. And then here's the back side of it, which I think is super cute. So in the album, it's going to lay like this. So you can actually see the magic and the fa la la on the same page. I think that's really fun. But we're going to do some stamping because why not? So I was on my phone for like ever looking up quotes about mail because I wanted to stamp something about Happy Mail. And this recently crossed my doorstep. If you haven't seen this before, this is from the Ali Edwards Basics release. And this recently crossed my doorstep. So I have this and I wanted to stamp something. So I was like looking for quotes about mail and I found one that I loved. It is very long. I do not, in fact, know if I'm going to be able to fit all of it on this page. I will try, but we'll see. So I'm going to, I think I'll stamp like a little bit of it just so you can kind of see my stamping process, and then I'm going to fast forward it. Here's the thing about this particular stamp that I love. I love that the letters are not perfect. Like it's in Ali's handwriting, so they're automatically a little bit wonky, which means I don't have to worry about stamping them perfectly, which is my jam because I'm not great with stamping. Also, we'll see how many times I stick my fingers in my ink pad because it's going to happen at least a dozen times. The last time I stamped a really long quote in this green, my fingers were covered in green ink, and thankfully, I'm using the wrong acrylic block. I'm going to get a different block. Thankfully, this ink washed off really well and my fingers weren't stained because I was terrified I was going to have to go to work with green fingers. And thankfully, this one washed off really well. All right, I got to look for an acrylic block. We're going to fast forward this. I'm going to stamp. stamping done. Let's do a finger check. I look like the Grinch. It's wild. So I'm gonna leave all that stamping footage in so you can see a few things happen. Number one, I underestimated how much space I needed for this quote. Number two, I fudged my stamping at the bottom. Number three, I'm going to take off some of the top of this. I'm going to take off some of the top of this because my stamping goes off on the bottom, and I would rather it go off the bottom and off on the top, so it looks like it was intentional that it went off the bottom and not like I just ran out of space, which I did. To be quite honest, I did run out of space, but the world doesn't need to know that. So we fake it till we make it over here. So Josh was laughing at me, by the way, because I totally ran out of space, but we're faking it till we make it. So I'm going to make this page smaller on purpose so it doesn't necessarily look like I ran out of space. It looks like I made some design choices that were questionable. I made questionable choices. Everything about this page was a questionable choice. Okay. I'm like terrified of touching this white paper because I haven't gotten any fingerprints on anything yet, but it's only a matter of time. So where's that last star? It just so works out perfectly that there was just enough space to put that last star there with that quote. And I saved the green star for the green stamping. So we're going to pop that star on right there. We're going to punch holes. I literally just had my 6-hole punch. There it is. We're going to punch holes in everything. I'm going to have to punch the holes in that photo by hand. Actually, no, I don't, because it goes in on the album. No, this side. That would have been disastrous. Perfect. So that is what the page is going to look like in the album. So this is going to go over top this with my wonky stamping, but I think that's really fun. I think that's really fun. So that's what day 7 looks like. It's all green and Grinchy and magical, but still kind of holiday, still kind of festive, still kind of cool. I love that stamping, even though it's terrible. I love that stamping. So I'm going to quickly read you my little love note to Happy Mail. Just pull it out and it just goes, "Dear Happy Mail, I like that you always manage to sneak up on me. Sure, there are tracking numbers with their constant updates, and sure, I can follow you on your route to my doorstep, but I live on the edge. For the surprise of arriving home to a stack of boxes in front of the apartment door, for reading who the packages are from and doing my best to remember what's inside, for the thrill and the excitement after a long day of work, and for remembering what I was thinking when I put it in my shopping cart all those days ago. Thanks for the pick-me-up and for always testing my restraint." Just a little note to Happy Mail. Not every story needs to be like an essay. And now it pops back in the pocket. And that is how day 7 comes together. So I really did need a few flat pages. Because if I show you what the first 6 days of this album looks like, this is just my intro page to day 6. So we need to take it easy for a little bit over here if I want to fit this in 2 albums this year. So here's day 7. I actually really liked how that came out. That was a really fun page to make. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. Let me know if you're going to do any stamping in December daily. Everyone's stamping this year. All the cool kids are stamping. So stamp, get your fingers inky, make a mess. And yeah, that's it. So I'll see you on day 8 tomorrow. Keep it crafty and have the best day. Bye for now.